Welcome to the 50 Books Challenge. These are the books that I read in September. There are 2, to be exact. Now currently I can't seem to find book number 1. Oh, no, wait, found it! It is Zombicorns by John Green. John wrote the zombie novella last year for charity, and since then it has been made available for free, so I'll put the link down there in case you want to read it. It's about 70 pages, and it's not about unicorns. There has been a zombie apocalypse of some kind, but instead of being obsessed with brains, these zombies are obsessed with corn. And all they want to do in life is take care of this corn and make sure that it spreads all over the country. The protagonist of the story is a girl called Mia, which is interesting because if you've read other books by John, you know that his protagonists are usually male. The story is set in Chicago and it kind of shows how Mia deals with losing her family and being in a zombie-infested world. I really like that it was set in Chicago. As some of you might know, I studied abroad in Chicago 2 years ago, so that made it really easy for me to imagine what everything looked like. John has mentioned a couple of times that he doesn't really want people to think that this is good, because he wrote it in quite a rush and he doesn't think it's as good as his other books, but I can honestly say that I really like Zombicorns and I would definitely give it 5 stars. So once again, if you want to read it, link will be down there. There's one piece I really like that I've heard John read over and over again on blog TV and in videos, but I would like to read it to you anyway. Because it is exceptionally difficult to distinguish the newsy from the uninfected, the virus led to a certain discomfort in social situations. Everybody's got a different test, but mine is only 1 question long. What was the name of the first person you ever loved? Even the newest Z will struggle because you lose those emotion-based memories first. How I learned this? Me, 358 days ago. Mom, remember how Dad always laughed like he was choking or something? Like there was something desperate about the laugh? I loved that. Mom, your father was very tall. Not knowing then what I know now, I waited 6 more entire days before offing her. I woke up with her straddling me and she said, "Are you hungry?" And I said, "Mom, I'm sleeping." And she raised up this ear of corn over her head, preparing to shove it down my throat, whereupon I threw her off me and ran to my little sister Holly's room, who said, "What's wrong?" She was speaking with her mouth full of corn. Book number 2, Between Shades of Grey by Ruta Sepetys. Now this is a fun story because Ruta Sepetys is an American author and she was in the Netherlands a couple of weeks ago and I had the opportunity to interview her. It was slightly awkward because I'd never interviewed anyone before, but it was so awesome. She was really nice and had lots of interesting things to tell about her book, and I also made a video out of the interview, so I'll put that at the end of this video. Once upon a time I recorded a 50 Books Challenge video and then I deleted half of it. I shot the previous half of this video about 2 weeks ago. I just got around to editing it and then I figured out. Okay, yes. Between Shades of Grey. It's about a 15-year-old girl called Lena who lives in Lithuania, and she and her family are deported to Siberia during the Second World War. Almost everyone knows about what happened in Germany during the Second World War, but the story of Lithuania isn't that well known. The author's family is originally Lithuanian, so even though this story is fictional, she got to talk to a lot of people and hear stories about what the deportation in the war was like. The story obviously is very tragic and there were a lot of shocking parts. For example, the moment when people are being picked up to get deported, the car stops at a hospital and they wait there for a woman to give birth, and then the woman and the baby get put into the car and are deported too. Lena spends several weeks in this tiny train compartment with a very large group of people and her brother and her mother. Throughout the story, she uses drawing to kind of deal with her grief. It's a young adult novel. It doesn't take very long to read, but obviously the subject of the story is difficult. I also have the Dutch version, which is called Schaduwliefde. I give this book 4 out of 5 stars. So this video was about the books I read in September. I'm hoping to upload the October video in about a week, and after that it's going to be single book reviews. I would love to know how many books you've read so far, and if you've read the books that I reviewed this month. You can leave it down below in the comments. If you want to see my interview with Ruta Sepetys, you can click here, and if you want to keep up with what I'm reading or recommend books or be my friend, you can go to goodreads.com/booksandquills, and I will see you guys later. Bye!